Hello everyone and welcome to today's online class for class 11. Let's study another structure of a molecule. This molecule is known as ethylene. Now, the structure for this one can be drawn like this. Carbon oxygen have single bond and carbon have double bond. Now, single bond are known as sigma bond and double bond have two bonds. Out of those two bonds, one is sigma bond and another one is known as pi bond. Now, when multiple bonds are created, the pi bonds are created. Like in the triple bond, one is sigma and two pi bonds are created. By creating these two pi bonds and once the single bond, triple bonds are created. Double bonds are created by creating one sigma bond and one pi bond. Total of two bonds between two atoms. And sigma bond or single bond is created by creating only one sigma bond between two atoms. Now this is the different three types of bond that can be seen in covalent bond formation. Single bond by creating a simple sigma bond. Pi bond that can be of two types, double bond, single bond, by creating sigma bonds and pi bonds. Now we already studied that lone pairs of electron is under the influence of only one electrons, only one atom. As the lone pairs of electrons are under the influence of only one atom, they are not very tightly held by that atom. As a result, they occupy much more space. As a result, they create more repulsion. That is not the case for sigma bond or single bond. They are created by two atoms. They are under the influence of two atoms. They are tightly held by two atoms. As a result, they occupy lesser amount of space. As a result, they give lesser amount of repulsion. Now, what about pi bonds? Pi bond, similarly to that of sigma lone pair of electron, are not held tightly by the two atoms that creates that pi bond. Pi bonds are not tightly held by the atoms, by the two atoms. As a result, they occupy more space. As a result, they generate more repulsion compared to a normal sigma bond. That can be seen in this. This atom is creating three sigma bonds. 1, 2 and 3 and 1 pi bonds. As it creates three bonds, the shape of the molecule should be trigonal planar. If this is trigonal planar, the normal trigonal planar angle is 120 degree. Therefore, the angle between these carbon-hydrogen 2 sigma bond should have been 120 degree. But as there is a pi bond adjacent to it, this pi bond creates a comparatively more repulsion onto the sigma bonds of carbon-hydrogen. As a result, the bond decreases between them. The bond angle between them decreases, resulting in 112 degree angle compared to the 120 degree term. This is the fourth rule for BSA pair theory, in which if there is pi bond in the molecule, in that case the repulsion, pi bond repulsion will distort the normal regular geometrical shape of the molecule by decreasing the bond angle. This will result, these results is in the form of this one, which says that pi bond repulsion is much more compared to pi bond single bond repulsion, which is much more compared to single bond repulsion. And this rule is evidently in this example, in which the central atom carbon is having the shape trigonal planar, but a distorted trigonal planar. The angle between them, 120 degree, has changed to decreased from 120 degree to 112 degree due to the pi bond repulsion, that is that these two bonds are facing. Let's study comparatively these two structure of these two molecules, the structure of these two molecules. The first one we already had studied. NH3. The structure of NH3 is pyramidal, a distorted tetrahedral structure, because out of the 4 electron pair, 1 is lone pair and 3 is bond pair. So this is a pyramidal shape. We already know the bond angle between them is less than normal tetrahedral, that is less than 190 to 28 minutes. Let's study another example, that is PH3. The structure of PH3 is 3 bond pair with 3 hydrogen atom and 1 lone pair on the phosphorus, as also just like in the case for nitrogen. So there are 4 electron pair around the central atom phosphorus, so this should have been tetrahedral structure, but as 1 electron pair is of the lone pair type and the remaining 3 are bond pair, this is also an example of pyramidal shape. The shape of this molecule is also pyramidal, so their bond angle is less than compared to 190 to 28 minutes also. Now the difference between these two is the lone pair of nitrogen is in the 2s, second energy level, and this lone pair in the central atom is in the third energy level. Phosphorus, the valence shell electronic configuration for phosphorus is 3s2, 3p3 and 3d0, and for this one nitrogen is 2s2, 2p3. Now the lone pair of electrons are situated in this 2s2 orbital for nitrogen and in the 3s2 orbital in the phosphorus. Now what is the difference? The difference is that in this one, in phosphorus, there is a vacant d orbital. A vacant d orbital in the valence shell in which the lone pair is situated creates a huge space, occupy a huge space in a huge volume in this space. As a result, this lone pair on phosphorus occupy comparatively larger space due to this vacant d orbital in the valence shell. As it is comparatively occupying larger space, it is creating comparatively larger repulsion effect on these bond pairs. Whereas these lone pair on the nitrogen are occupying larger space but not as much large as that of this lone pair on phosphorus. So the repulsion that is created due to this lone pair on this bond angle are not as high as that of this lone pair repulsion. As a result, the decrease in bond angle compared to 190 to 28 minutes is much more in this one, as it evidently found to be that the bond angle are almost 92 degree and the bond angle in this one is 7.5 degree, 7.5 degree, around 7.5 degree. So in this one, the distortion created due to the repulsion of this lone pair is much more. As a result, the decrease in bond angle is the bond angle is decreased at almost to 92 degree, and in this one the repulsion is there and it has decreased the bond angle from 190 to 28 minutes to 175 minutes, but the effect of repulsion is not that much high, as in phosphorus the vacant d orbital is creating much larger space around the lone pair, and that's why the lone pair is resulting in greater repulsion. That's why the last rule in BSc pair theory is saying the lone pair on a central atom which have a vacant valence shell generates greater repulsion on the other lone pair or onto the other bond pairs.